When we talk about cars that aren't just machines but icons, the Ford Mustang always rises to the top of the list. Since 1964, the Mustang has defined what a muscle car should be: bold, powerful, accessible, and dripping with personality. For decades, it has been more than just a car, it has been a cultural statement. It has starred in movies, lived in the hearts of enthusiasts, and symbolized freedom on the open road. Now, as we move deeper into the future of automobiles, Ford has brought us a new chapter in this legend. The 2026 Ford Mustang in a blazing red-orange finish isn't simply another model year, it's the continuation of a story that refuses to fade. It's the definition of heritage meeting progress, and it's one of the most exciting cars you'll see in the coming year. The definition of this car lies in its very DNA. The Mustang has always defined what we call a pony car, and even today that definition still holds true. Long hood, short deck, rear-wheel drive, performance that thrills without needing a six-figure price tag. The 2026 Mustang is a machine that refuses to compromise. It knows exactly what it is and what it needs to deliver. When you see it in this special red-orange color, it defines presence in a way words barely capture. It's not just red, not just orange. It's a fiery, metallic fusion that looks alive, like molten metal shaped into a car body. In the daylight, it glows like a flame. At night, it burns under streetlights with a darker intensity. This color doesn't just define the car, it defines the owner. It says you're bold, you're not afraid to stand out, and you understand what it means to make an entrance. The exterior of the 2026 Mustang has been sculpted with precision. You can see Ford's design language blending classic muscle with futuristic sharpness. The front end is aggressive, with a wider stance and a larger grille that keeps the iconic Mustang pony badge front and center. The headlights are slim, sleek LED units that stretch outward like the eyes of a predator. The hood is muscular, with sculpted lines that tell you this car is not just about looks, it's about performance ready to be unleashed. Walk to the side and you see the timeless proportions of a Mustang. The long hood flows into a fastback roofline, tapering down into a compact rear that screams performance. The fenders bulge just enough to remind you of the muscle under the skin, while the 19 or 20-inch alloy wheels sit like anchors of power on each corner. At the back, the design pays homage to tradition while stepping into the future. The tri-bar taillights remain, instantly recognizable as Mustang DNA, but they're sharper now, reimagined with crisp LED lighting that gives a modern twist. Quad exhaust tips at the bottom signal performance before you even start the engine. A subtle spoiler and aerodynamic sculpting around the rear bumper remind you that this is not just about muscle, it's also about speed, precision, and stability. And when that red-orange paint shines across all these curves and edges, the car transforms into rolling art. You don't just park this car, you put it on display. Step inside the 2026 Mustang and you'll immediately feel how far Ford has taken things. This is not the bare bones, plastic-heavy cabin of old muscle cars. Instead, it's a driver-focused cockpit that blends performance with comfort and technology. Right in front of you sits a massive curved display that merges the instrument cluster and infotainment system into one flowing screen. It's customizable, so you can set it up for daily driving with navigation, media, and fuel efficiency, or switch into track mode where performance stats dominate the screen. You can even choose retro-inspired themes that mimic classic Mustang gauges, giving you nostalgia wrapped in future tech. The seats hug you tightly for spirited driving but remain comfortable enough for long highway stretches. Depending on trim, you'll find leather, Alcantara, and premium stitching that gives the cabin an upscale feel. Ambient lighting lets you choose a vibe, whether you want a cool blue glow for a late-night drive or fiery red to match the exterior during the day. Technology flows naturally throughout the interior. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a Bang & Olufsen premium sound system, advanced navigation, and over-the-air software updates keep the car always fresh. The interior is no longer just a place to sit while you drive, it's a place to connect with the machine, with your music, and with the road itself. But of course, a Mustang's heart has always been its performance. The 2026 model continues to give you options depending on what kind of driver you are. The EcoBoost turbocharged 4-cylinder is still available, offering strong performance with efficiency, perfect for those who want Mustang style without the hunger of a V8. But the star, as always, is the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. For 2026, it pushes beyond the 500 horsepower mark, delivering thunderous acceleration and that unmistakable roar that only a naturally aspirated V8 can produce. Hit the start button and the exhaust growl is enough to send chills down your spine. Take it onto the highway, and the power surges effortlessly. Bring it to the track, and it shows you just how much engineering Ford has poured into balance and handling. This Mustang isn't just about brute force. The chassis has been refined with improved rigidity, a reworked suspension, and adaptive dampers that adjust to your driving conditions. In normal mode, it's composed and comfortable, ready for daily commutes. Switch to sport or track mode, and it sharpens instantly. Throttle response tightens, steering becomes more precise, and the exhaust opens up to let the full soundtrack of the V8 sing. You even have the option to configure your own driving mode, fine-tuning everything from steering weight to suspension firmness to exhaust sound. For purists, Ford hasn't forgotten, the manual transmission is still alive and well. Few things in today's automotive world can give you the same thrill as rowing through the gears yourself in a V8 Mustang, and Ford made sure that experience lives on in 2026. Performance also includes the brakes, and this car is ready with Brembo systems that stop as confidently as it goes. Wider tires give you grip, and aerodynamics play a bigger role than ever before, with the design helping stability at higher speeds. This is not just a straight-line muscle car. This is a car that thrives in corners, on backroads, and on racetracks. It's agile, responsive, and always itching for more. Beyond performance, the Mustang is also smarter than ever. Ford has equipped it with driver assist technologies like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and more. But unlike some cars that drown you in automated systems, the Mustang makes sure these features support the driver without taking over. It's still your car, your drive, and your experience. Now, let's talk about price, because that's always the big question. One of the Mustang's greatest strengths over the decades has been its ability to deliver performance without breaking the bank. For 2026, that tradition continues. The base EcoBoost model is expected to start in the mid-30s, giving you Mustang style and performance at a price point many can realistically reach. Step up to the GT with the V8, and you're looking at the low to mid-40s, still a bargain when you consider the power and presence it delivers. Of course, special editions and high performance Shelby variants will climb higher, with prices landing in the $70,000 range for the top trims, but even those feel like value compared to European or exotic rivals with similar performance. This Mustang continues to prove you don't need to spend a fortune to own something that turns heads and thrills every time you drive. The selling points of this car are clear, but they're also deeper than just numbers on paper. The 2026 Mustang offers a perfect balance of tradition and modernity. It gives you the heritage of one of the most iconic cars ever made, with design cues and raw power that connect to its history. At the same time, it brings in the latest technology, comfort, and refinement that drivers demand in the modern age. The red-orange paint finish elevates this further, making it a car that's not just driven but admired. It's a selling point you feel in your chest when you hear the engine, in your hands when you grip the steering wheel, and in your soul when you take it on a winding road. The Mustang isn't just about transportation. It's about passion. People don't buy Mustangs because they need a way to get from point A to point B. They buy them because they want the journey itself to matter. They want the car to reflect who they are: bold, confident, unafraid to stand out. For some, it's the dream they've had since they were kids, finally realized in their driveway. For others, it's a reward for years of hard work. For every owner, it becomes more than a machine, it becomes a part of their identity. And that is something no spreadsheet of specs and pricing can ever fully explain. The 2026 Ford Mustang in red-orange is proof that even as the automotive world changes, with electric cars and new technologies taking center stage, there is still room for a car that makes your heart race. It's proof that some traditions are too powerful to fade. The Mustang isn't just surviving in 2026, it's thriving, stronger and sharper than ever. It's a car that carries its history proudly while embracing the future. It's not just a continuation, it's a celebration of what driving passion truly means. So, if you're someone who craves performance, who values design that turns heads, who wants technology that enhances but doesn't overwhelm, and if you want a car that gives you unmatched value for what it delivers, the 2026 Ford Mustang is your answer. And if you want that answer to glow with personality, to announce itself everywhere it goes, that fiery red-orange paint makes sure the world knows exactly what you're driving. This isn't just a car to own. It's a car to experience, a car to remember, a car that will keep the legend alive for years to come. Thank you for taking this journey with us into the heart of the 2026 Ford Mustang. This car represents everything that makes us fall in love with driving, and everything that makes the Mustang name eternal. Until next time, this is The Voice Auto.